3, 2, 1. Welcome to Ring Talk with Magic Tyler and Caysen Smith. And we're here.
We are here.
We are here.
We are back.
We are back.
Busy,
Y'all
busy
thought
week.
we were done,
No.
but no, we just had to go through 2 episodes of Raw. That's all. That's all.
Because we knew you guys deserve the content.
You
after
do.
The work you guys have been putting in.
Yep. Gained over 12 subscribers in one day. One day. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now at 18 subscribers.
And we want to thank you. We want to thank you to those people.
Thank you.
Share.
You gotta share with your friends,
all the clips. Send it to the popular girl in your high school. I don't care. Send it to the teachers.
I want everyone to close their eyes and just think of the first person that comes to your mind when you think of a wrestling
Share
fan.
this video. Whatever video you're watching,
share it with them.
Right now.
Do it.
Hit the share button and send it.
Looks like a referee there.
Yeah. Keep moving, throw him out. Get out! And they do like that.
The crowd.
And the crowd's like, yes!
I feel like that's a referee's favorite job.
For throwing people out.
Yeah. But, yeah. For real, though. We appreciate it. We thank you. We're also want to plug in. We have the Twitter or X,
whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to
call it.
TikTok.
The YouTube Shorts.
Or just YouTube in general with our full podcast.
The Instagram, yes. Check out. And still on the Spotify, in the Apple,
if
and
you
all
don't
the
want to
deals.
see our ugly faces, go to Spotify.
Yeah. Exactly.
You still like what we're talking about, but you're like, I can't stand
looking at these losers.
Which,
go to the Spotify.
Yeah.
All right, let's kick it off with Raw from last week.
I got you, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so glad you took notes.
Yeah. So,
what do we got?
It kicked off Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, the Terror Twins, as they call them now, which I love that name. Basically, ambushing Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan.
Which, that was whenever Damian Priest showed up behind
him
while they're up in the crowd.
Yeah.
I love that. I thought it was perfect timing. I love the camera timing of it because they showed it right. They showed Rhea Ripley, show Dominic. Damian's not behind. Show Rhea, show Dominic, and then there's Damian Priest. Which is sick. I like it.
And that sets up the first match of the night: Damian Priest against Carlito.
Yep.
Which Priest picking up the big fat W.
Of course.
And it definitely, we're gonna see a recurring theme. Judgment Day is not gonna play fair.
Of course, yeah. After the match, I'm pretty sure Damian won by disqualification, right, with Finn Balor. Mm-hmm. And we also had the match this week of Raw where they also attacked Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley and didn't even cause the match to start.
Yeah.
So I love this rivalry. Everything going on with it, the story of it. I definitely know it won't be over after Bash of Berlin.
No,
that's just the beginning of it because it's definitely set up for Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
To go, and I'm thinking that's coming at Bad Blood.
Yeah,
absolutely, in Atlanta, Georgia.
Now, and speaking of Damian Priest, someone commented on one of our posts asking,
on X, yes,
do we think Damian Priest will be champion again?
And that's a great question.
It's a great question. With how they're pushing him right now, I would say yes. I just don't know when.
No,
I just don't think now's the time.
Gunther and Cody are holding those titles for a while.
For a minute, yeah. Damian Priest,
he's getting the crowd behind him.
Crowd's behind him. I definitely believe it'll happen. I just don't know when.
Exactly.
I just don't know how it would happen.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Next match of that night was Odyssey Jones defeating Vincent Winey of the Final Testament.
Yep.
Odyssey Jones picking up that big W. Xavier Woods, not necessarily the biggest fan of Odyssey Jones. I mean, he is, but he
likes him, but he has a feeling that Big E's getting replaced, and he doesn't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
We love our Big E. But more on that a little bit later. American Made defeating Alpha Academy with the help of Ivy Nile, who takes out Maxine Dupree.
Which earlier in the night, Ivy was talking to Maxine, and she was like, if you want, I can get you into our group.
Yeah,
and
leave
maybe
them.
not them.
Leave them.
But I can get you. And she's like, no, I'm staying with my family.
Absolutely.
And
standing on business.
Ivy was like, all right, bet. I'll just beat you up in the middle of the match. Mm-hmm. And that's what got them the win. Do want to point out, Wyatt Six was not during that show.
Not for this show.
But the next Raw, we'll talk more about that.
Yeah. Next match of that night, Damage Control versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark ended in a no contest. This match was basically to determine the number one contenders for the tag team titles.
And it determined
Isla Dawn and Alba Fire got involved, took out basically everybody, and caused a no contest. Which this past Monday we then see a triple threat.
Yeah, triple threat tag team match. We'll talk about the result of that later.
Randy Orton.
Yep.
In a word-for-word battle with Gunther.
And, Gunther said some pretty harsh things.
Especially about his family.
It used to be just about the title. It used to be just about the competition it.
You kept the family out of it.
Yep. Gunther brought his family into it, though. And as soon as that happened, Randy didn't say a word. Mm-hmm. And then Drew McIntyre came out.
Yeah, distracted kind of everybody. Nobody really expected Drew McIntyre to interrupt this segment.
And Randy Orton got his chance. RKO
out of nowhere.
Gunther. And then here comes CM Punk.
CM Punk whipped Drew McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
Whipped that boy like nobody's business. And it really was... It wasn't CM Punk's business. He lost at SummerSlam. He should stay away. I don't know why he got involved.
But it wasn't fair and square. It wasn't. We need a regular one-on-one match between these two so we can fully determine how this match outcome
We're not getting that at Bash in Berlin. Because we're getting I'll go ahead and say it. We're getting a strap match between the two.
After Drew McIntyre brought his belt out whenever CM Punk tried to attack him, CM Punk took the belt, hit Drew, and then he comes in the next week and he's like, I have a big announcement. Mm-hmm. He has this
big old strap.
Huge old strap. Why did I say
wrap? Too. He had it wrapped around.
Yeah.
He was ready to throw it
there
at
that
boy.
And, I am ready for this match. Mm-hmm. What do we got next?
Big Bronson Reed.
Dude.
Defeating The Miz.
Huge impact.
And then taking out R-Truth.
Yep. He then took out R-Truth, landing about 3 tsunamis on top.
It might as well have been 30.
Yeah. I couldn't remember how many.
He just kept going. He could have gone all night.
He could have.
Braun Breaker defeated Sami Zayn in the main event that night.
I had a feeling this would
Intercontinental Championship, 2 out of 3 falls.
First of all, comeback for Braun Breaker because Sami got the first fall. Mm-hmm. Great match. I loved it. I love seeing Braun Breaker. He says, it's not my fault that I'm this good.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
It's his DNA. He's a Steiner.
Yep.
He can't help it.
He can't help it.
NXT that week, we had Charlie Dempsey defeated Tony D'Angelo to win back the NXT Heritage Cup.
Which is a big shocker for me.
Yeah.
Personally, because
these guys have been going back and forth for over this thing for a while.
I don't think Tony's done. He's gonna come back.
Maybe going after that NXT title next.
Oh, maybe.
Lexis King defeated Eddie Thorpe in a match. Lexis King, I believe, took him out before the bell and then kind of just picked him apart in the match.
Can't complain with that strategy.
Can't complain. Lola Vice defeated Tatum Paxley. And then North American Championship, we had Obafemi.
The future of WWE.
Defeat Otis.
Yep.
And what was the match of the night, in my opinion, a banger match.
I do want to point out that they foreshadowed that at Raw the night before.
Yeah, Obafemi was in the crowd watching the American Made and Alpha Academy match.
Yeah. Do you think maybe that put a little bit of pressure on Otis during that match as well?
I think it was more to the distraction of Maxine. You know how he's got a soft spot.
Yeah.
Maxine.
Akira Tozawa did nothing.
Akira Tozawa did nothing.
I watched the beginning of that match.
But dance around.
The beginning of that match of Monday Night Raw, he was already on the floor.
Yeah.
So
Poor Tozawa. Izzy Dame defeated Brindley Reese in a match with the two women. A lot of throughout the night, we learned that they're going to start basically essentially a tournament for the number one contendership for the NXT Women's Championship, but it's all going to be women who have never had a shot at the NXT Women's Championship.
I like that. Maybe it'll push up some more names.
Some of these up-and-coming young starts, yeah.
Maybe
absolutely.
some names that will replace Roxanne after she leaves.
Roxanne Perez.
But it will be a while before that happens.
Yeah, at least. Main event, NXT Tag Team titles. Axiom and Nathan Fraser versus the team of Chase U. Mm-hmm. So it was Andre Chase and Ridge Holland.
Yep, the new member.
And we got new tag team champions.
We do. First of all,
Chase U picking up the big
to
W.
Ridge Holland.
Ridge Holland.
especially with this rivalry going on between Sheamus and Butch.
Pete Dunne.
I will say Butch no matter
He'll
what.
come through that door and break every finger on your hand.
I don't care if he hates that name. I don't care.
Chill.
I'm a Sheamus guy.
Chill.
I love Sheamus.
We do. Who doesn't love Sheamus?
Butch.
Legend.
Butch hates him.
Butch doesn't love. Pete Dunne doesn't love Sheamus. Anyways, Chase U, new NXT Tag Team Champions. Ridge Holland showing that you can reinvent yourself and find success.
Yep.
Move on to SmackDown for that week. We had Nia Jax basically having a celebration for winning the Women's Championship. Michin put a stop to that. And it's looking like Michin may be the first contender against Nia Jax.
Which I don't think anyone was expecting.
No.
Really. Because Michin was down in NXT doing her thing.
Michin needs some credit. I mean, she's phenomenal talent.
Yep.
Always has been. But basically, in this segment, we had Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Pretty Deadly was there.
Yep.
Michin came in with a kendo stick to beat them all up. She didn't care.
Even Pretty Deadly.
They
might as well be women.
Yeah. Carmelo Hayes defeated Andrade in a back-and-forth matchup. Where do you see Andrade going in the near future?
There's a lot of talent there, but they're not using it correctly.
I know. They put him at Mania. I mean, they gave him the Mania stage.
They did.
With Rey Mysterio.
But what they're doing with him now is kind of a downgrade, in my opinion.
A little bit. I wish he would do more. I feel like...
Now, don't get me wrong. That match was incredible. I saw the match. Mm-hmm. It was a great match. Mm-hmm. The highlights, it was just... I don't know. It just wasn't enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a step up from where he was with LWO.
Yeah. I mean, and Carmelo Hayes, you can already tell, he's on the rise.
Yeah.
On the main roster.
1,000%.
I could see him possibly being the one to take the title from LA Knight in the future. The United States title.
I feel like LA Knight's going to keep it for a while, and with you saying this right now with him in a rivalry of Andrade at the moment, I can see that happening. Yeah. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
They're definitely pushing these NXT guys to be the top guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Blair Davenport dominating Naomi in a match.
Yeah.
Basically, her finisher was basically she grabbed, I think, both of Naomi's arms. Basically just came in with her knee right to the face.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
It'll do it to me.
They'll do it to me. One is all it would take.
I don't care if it's from Blair Davenport. Yeah. I would probably get knocked out from that.
Anybody, exactly.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens defeated Grayson Waller.
Thank the Lord.
And it looks like, again, we're getting Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes at Bash in Berlin. I'm going to say it. As of right now, it's the match I'm least looking forward to.
Yeah, least looking forward to.
Yeah, I was about to say, as excited about.
I was about to say, if you're most looking forward to, and that's surprising to me.
Yeah, no, not this one.
Yeah, this one, with what they're doing with Cody, I feel like it would have been better on Roman Reigns. That's my full-on opinion. This bloodline stuff going on right now would be better.
You hear that?
Would be better with Roman Reigns having the championship.
Wow.
Really?
We'll get to Roman in a second.
That's like the main thing going on.
Street Profits defeated DIY to become number one contenders for the tag team titles.
Which I'm glad, because I love the Street Profits. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of potential in these guys, and I feel like they should not let go of them and give them an opportunity.
Give them a title.
They earned it.
They earned it. I would like to point out that I don't know 100% if it's official, but it's looking like Bobby Lashley will be leaving the WWE.
I saw that, yeah. I think it was on Snapchat or something.
It's looking like he's not going to resign.
Which I can't complain with it.
Yeah. He's going to try and go and see if he has success elsewhere.
Yeah,
maybe AEW.
He had a good run.
Yeah, he was the Almighty.
Yeah.
He had one of my favorite matches at WrestleMania this past year, that 6-man
I feel like
no DQ match.
That is a good decision for Bobby, especially with what's going on in WWE right now. There's nowhere to fit him.
It's hard. It's almost like a good problem to have in the WWE where you have this much talent, but also the bad side of it is you can't fit everybody in there.
Yeah, and Bobby is one of those people.
That's why I like how they're making a lot of these shows like so important to watch, like having like a tag team title match, like when DIY won the tag team titles.
I've noticed that
it was
lately.
On a SmackDown, because they can't necessarily always fit them on the main card, but they on the PLE cards, but they can fit them on the shows.
I also like with them doing that to where it makes it to a priority to still watch these shows and not just the pay-per-views.
Exactly.
Which I like that.
Yeah. Jacob Fatu at the end of the show led a vicious attack as the Bloodline brutalized Roman Reigns.
Yeah, everyone thought it would be a minute before we see Jacob again because the knee injury. But he's back.
He's back.
Already.
He's looking to take out the Tribal Chief.
That they left that show with him on the floor.
Yeah, through that announce table.
Yeah. It was rough. For a brief second, I thought he was going to get saved.
We still acknowledge
it makes
the Tribal
sense.
Chief. Always.
The Tribal Chief
Always.
doesn't need people to do it. He just wants it.
He wants it. He wants family. Family.
Yeah.
Moving on to this past Monday. Just happened last night.
Big show.
Big old show.
What do we want to start with? Do you want to start with Randy Orton?
We can start with Randy Orton.
He's who opened up the show.
Yeah.
Him and Gunther. One-on-one in the ring.
Basically another war for words, only it ended a little differently this time.
Ludwig Kaiser, who we all forgot about, came in from behind and went after the legs.
This set up the main event of the night.
Yeah. It was crazy. Randy still fought back.
Yeah, Randy's not backing down.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never give up. Randy Orton, first of all, I would love to see him being a 15-time champion.
Ooh, he would tie John Cena.
Yeah. And maybe it could
going into John Cena's
maybe it could set
year.
up for John Cena finally doing something on his retiring year.
Whoa.
Just saying. There's no point in announcing a retirement if you're not going to do anything.
Whoa.
You might as well just retire then.
Chill.
I'm just saying.
It's getting a little heated over here.
I'm just saying. John Cena, do something.
Do something.
Do something.
Get
You're
off.
going to retire.
Get off the movie set and get back in the squared circle.
You might as well retire during the WrestleMania that you helped Cody win. You could. Do you agree? Like,
I don't know. That's a discussion for another time. You tell us. How do you guys feel about John Cena announcing his retirement tour next year?
Yeah. I feel like some people would agree with me. Like, he's like, I am now officially announcing my retirement. These past few months, we haven't seen anything of him.
I think we'll see him on the first Raw that it's on Netflix.
Yeah?
In January. I think that'll be the first time we see him. I think maybe we'll see some hyped up videos for him, but we won't see him until that first Raw.
That would make a lot of sense for people. Everyone be like, "Oh, I need to tune in."
Yeah,
to
they're going to put a lot, especially if Pat McAfee, this was his last show
and
for the time being.
Raw is starting on January.
He's planning on coming back then for Netflix.
Speaking of Raw, starting on Netflix. Mm-hmm. SmackDown going to USA. Make sure you have USA
soon. Very soon, sooner.
Yep.
And NXT moving to the CW.
Yep.
So check your local listings. Throughout the show, we saw a couple promo videos for the Judgment Day as well as the Terror Twins.
Yeah.
Basically kind of back and forth.
First of all, it's kind of funny seeing Dominic and Liv Morgan talk so much crap on them, even though these past few weeks they're the ones that are getting crapped on.
Yeah.
Because that last week of Monday Night Raw, they literally had to run for their lives.
Absolutely.
Yep. Dominic Mysterio, it's setting up for him getting riptide at
Bash in Berlin. Wouldn't that be just an embarrassment? If he got pinned by Rhea Ripley.
But things like that is sacrifices you have to take if you want to be showed more than Bobby Lashley in the company.
Whoa.
More than John Cena.
Whoa. You heard him.
He's taking sacrifices.
You heard him.
He's allowing people to laugh at him just so he can. He needs his money.
He needs his money. Those promos though did set up a match in the night between Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio 1-on-1. Yep. Dominic said he was going to leave the Judgment Day behind. As long as Priest left Rhea behind. Dominic was obviously lying.
Of course.
And Damian knew that Dominic was lying. He was ready for it.
Him and Rhea Ripley were in the backstage. And Damian was like, "Oh, I know it's a trap.
I know it's a trap.
I know it. You would know it.
You would know
Everyone would know it. Even if it wasn't planned by Dominic, they would still show up anyways. If the match was against, let's say let's say the match was against Sheamus.
Right. All right.
Let's say the match was against Butch. Let's say the match was against Bronson Reed. Anybody in that roster, they would still attack him.
Yeah.
They would still find a mark to attack.
Yeah, I agree. I ain't arguing with you.
Yeah. But
they ended up getting the upper hand in the end. Judgment Day did.
They did. The numbers game played out on them. Liv Morgan is probably what's set it off.
Yeah.
Judgment Day, because at first Damian was beating him. He was beating him up with the chair and everything. And then Finn Balor also got saved from the South of Heaven, which they're definitely setting up for that. Which we think bad blood.
Bad blood, I think, is when that's happening.
But Liv Morgan changed the. What we can say, changed the tide.
The tide definitely changed the tide.
And we saw
things are right now. They are swinging the Judgment Day's way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's crazy.
The women's tag team titles were on the line during this night. We had.
I can't remember their new name.
Yeah,
the name of that it's
Fusion Core something. Fusion Power Core.
Even Michael Cole's like, say that 3 times.
Say that Fusion Power Core. Anyways, it was Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
Io Sky and Kairi Sane, and then Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
You know, when I was watching this match, I knew a lot of people would be thinking, "Oh, this is how we finally get the titles off of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn." But I had a feeling that they were going to retain. I did. I had a feeling
they did.
They did. They pulled their weight in that match. Mm-hmm. The match was probably one of the best of the night.
Yeah.
And I say it is well deserved.
Absolutely. A match that I thought personally for me was match of the night. Sheamus versus Pete Dunne.
That's what I was going to say.
For me, that was the match of the night. It was, like Sheamus likes to say, a banger.
Which, that match had like a lot of like internal stuff as well go on with it. I'm liking these little stories, the small stories. You got your big stories like Judgment Day and Bloodline, but then you also got your small ones like Sheamus. They have the side missions, we can say.
There you go, and I like them. I like those.
Yeah, side missions are fun. If you played Red Dead Redemption, the side missions are fun.
They're fun.
So you know what I'm saying. Sheamus called Pete Dunne some not very nice words. Not very nice words.
I mean, Pete Dunne was basically, he might as well have broken Sheamus' hand.
Yep.
At one point, Sheamus' hand was stuck in the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
And Sheamus just ripped it off and then hit a brogue kick.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Sheamus picked up the W.
Which I'm glad.
Yeah.
They need to still establish that dominance for Sheamus. Like I said before, I love Sheamus.
We love some Sheamus.
Which I'm sure we're not done.
Nah.
Between these two.
Yeah, Pete Dunne seems to be pulling double duty with Raw and NXT.
Yep.
Pete Dunne might be getting himself an NXT Championship title shot here pretty soon against Ethan Page.
Could we see Sheamus interfere in that match?
Ooh.
I don't know. In my opinion, it's unlikely. To be
unlikely, but
it could happen.
Hey,
or maybe this match was the end of their rivalry.
It could be.
It could be.
Pete Dunne maybe moving on to bigger and better things, as well as Sheamus.
Next we have
it was Ivy Nile versus Maxine Dupree.
Great match.
Maxine off the jump went for it.
Yeah,
she was like, "Go for broke."
I say great match, but really the match was cut short.
Yeah.
And did they even start the match?
I don't even know if the bell necessarily ever rang.
I don't even think it rang. I still loved watching them fight on the ringside though. And
but then we heard the music.
As soon as Ivy Nile got her upper hand and they're in the ring, first of all, Maxine Dupree just despawned whenever this happened.
Yeah, she was like, I ain't sticking around for this.
Yeah, the Alpha Academy knows what to do.
Yeah, they're like, let's go. We're done.
But meanwhile, American Maze is all like,
let's go. We're out there.
Or whenever they're scared, they're like, I don't know how to leave the ring right now.
There's four sides you can leave from.
Yeah, exactly. And even like the ones that showed up, the 3 guys in the Wyatt 6, they're all in the same ropes.
You had Joe Gacy, you had Dexter Lumis, and Eric Rowan.
Yeah, I knew their names. I just on the Wyatt 6, I was like,
And then you had Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross, which is the main distraction.
And she
full on just
went for it. Went berserk.
Fez Prezed on her.
Yeah, on Ivy Nile.
It was just beating her up.
And next week it has been announced, because at the end of that segment, Uncle Howdy comes in, hits a Sister Abigail on Chad Gable. Uncle Howdy will be making his Raw match debut next week against Chad Gable.
It's about
finally
time. Do you think this will be the end of it?
I think it could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's about time they set him for bigger things.
Yeah.
I think so. I think now is the time.
Because this would be the Raw before Bash in Berlin.
Which I think they will make a statement at Bash in Berlin.
You think?
I think so.
Who do they go after?
Braun Breaker, I say.
Ooh.
I say Braun Breaker.
But here's the thing. Are they going with the notion that they're going after people that have turned against their friends in groups? So far, that's been the case, but that's just been the case with American Made.
If that's the case...
Who at that event? I mean,
at first we thought it would be Seth Rollins, but with him out right now because of Bronson Reed, yeah. I don't know. Maybe Sami Zayn
because he turned against Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Could be,
or he turned on Kevin Owens.
Could be Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio.
The thing about them is, I feel like it's not over after.
Yeah, it's if you add the White Six, it's gonna be too much.
Yeah, it's too much for that.
That's what I was thinking.
But yeah, who else on Raw?
I will say I do remember. I want to say, everybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a segment, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago with Dakota Kai in the backstage. Mm-hmm. Which Dakota Kai is injured right now, which speedy recovery. But it looked like there was a White Six symbol above her.
Do you think she's the next star?
They turned on Bayley. Maybe Nikki Cross chooses them.
If that's the case, then how are they going to get the men involved in that?
That's maybe the men are just there to terrorize them, and Nikki Cross is the one getting involved.
The thing about American Made and with this group is that they both have women and women. With Damage Control, though, they only have
it's just women,
men against women. So maybe Alexa Bliss comes back, but I highly doubt that.
Everybody knows that's going to be some good story when Alexa Bliss comes back with her and White
But I feel like it would be too early right now.
Yeah, we need to.
I'd say we need to
get White Six up a little bit more. But I agree.
I say her return should be somewhere like a PLE, you know. But I don't know.
I could see Uncle Howdy going up against Seth Rollins, maybe at Mania.
I could see it.
That'd be a cool Mania match.
It would be a cool match. I definitely want to see Uncle Howdy somehow in Mania, which I'm sure we'll get. I'm sure Triple H is smart enough to do that. Mm-hmm. He's not Vince McMahon.
No. Whoa.
You said a lot. Whoa. You said that a lot lately. Whoa. Anyways.
Another event in the night, we had Bronson Reed versus Miz in a no DQ match.
Miz is saying, do I want to do this? I don't know. Do I have to do this? Yes.
Yes. And, it didn't really work out great for him.
No, it didn't. He used all the weapons he can, but they did not phase
Bronson Reed is making a name for himself for the last month.
Yep, he put Miz through that table as well.
Mm-hmm. And
it was a crazy
tell the people who came out to save the day.
Bro!
That scared me.
Does that sound like his entrance?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Is that like a 10 out of 10?
Yeah. It was almost... We're probably going to get copyrighted because it was spot on.
Oh, man. Dang it. I'm sorry, man.
But Braun Strowman making his big return.
Yeah, it's about time we get him somewhere.
Yeah, get that big boy.
They made a whole thing about him chasing Judgment Day, and then that just flew out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Glad we're getting some because this is a match I want to see.
Yeah.
Both
big boys. Big old boys.
Now, Braun Strowman, on the other hand, has height to his advantage. We'll see how that goes.
Main event was Randy Orton, Ludwig Kaiser.
Speaking of Ludwig Kaiser, I do want to point out earlier in the night he was telling Sheamus, "I'm not done with you."
Yeah.
And Sheamus was like, "Well, I'm going to be at the bar enjoying my night watching you get RKO'd."
Whoa!
And he did. He did.
And Randy Orton was standing tall. The night ended with Orton and Gunther going back and forth.
Yeah.
And then
my TV ended. I mean, for me, it ended before it.
And I saw on social media that after the TV's cut, Randy Orton eventually got the upper hand, and he got a hold of that world title and held it above his head.
Yep.
Giving everybody maybe a little bit of a preview of what's to come at Bash in Berlin.
People are excited down here. Now, the people at Bash in Berlin are like, I hate
I know. I'm curious to see if we get Randy Orton gets booed at Bash in Berlin.
You know, I have a small feeling.
He might.
A very small feeling that they're going to be on his side.
On Gunther's side?
On Randy's side.
Really?
Yeah. I have a small feeling.
It's possible.
And if that's the case, are we going to change anything about Gunther's, like... Presence during that match?
It's possible. I would think a good amount of them would be on Gunther's side.
I would if I lived down there, but who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe people just want to sing Randy Orton's song so bad.
It's a banger song.
Randy is expecting it every single time he goes out there now. At first, the crowd wasn't doing it, and Randy was like, come on.
I know. Don't be shy.
I know you can do it. That was in Florida, right? The Raw? It was...
It was in, like, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. Good shows. Good reviews.
Yep.
Next, we're going to bring back a segment, Top 10. Now, of course, Tyler picked out this one.
We're going to do a little fun one. Top 10 wrestlers you think would be good presidents.
Good presidents of the United States.
Yes.
Now, I don't know. It's hard to think, you know. For me, I'm going to go ahead and do this one just because this is what he's all about.
What is it all about?
3, 2, 1. I said Chad Gable.
I say Akira Tozawa.
I
think he just be dancing. Everybody would be dancing all the time, and we'd all be happy.
You know, I would enjoy the election more. Not that this election wasn't entertaining, but I would enjoy the election more.
I think we'd all get along if he was president.
Maybe that's the solution to world peace.
That's it. Just make Akira Tozawa president. Chad Gable, I think he'd keep everybody in line. He'd push everybody to be their best selves.
Yeah. Chad Gable also reminds me of like the president that presents himself to be good to the audience, but meanwhile in the White House he's just yelling at everybody.
Just yelling and just kind of berating everybody.
Being mean, you know.
Number 9.
Number 9, let me think.
I gotta put the number on here.
You have yours written down.
Yeah, because
I was gonna wing this.
Prepare.
I was gonna wing this. But yeah, let me think, man.
We got really non-matching colored shirts here today. You got an orange and I got a purple.
Yep. I probably shouldn't be showing mine out like this.
Nike.
It's Nike.
What's your number 9, Caysen?
I got you.
Could be any wrestler from history.
Anybody. Wrestler.
Whoever you want. Whoever you feel like would be a great president.
Now, the thing about this is that it's number 9, so it can't be the best.
Can't be the best. But it's not the worst. All right, 3, 2, 1. It's Austin Theory. Kofi Kingston. Ooh, Austin Theory. Why Austin Theory?
You know, we're seeing him get to his little face turn in a few months, probably.
Being president would be a great way to prove yourself.
Yeah, he always needs to prove himself, and I feel like being president would definitely prove himself. Number 8. Number 8.
I had Kofi Kingston. I think he would just keep the positivity going 24/7.
Oh, definitely. Have you seen how positive he was about Odyssey Jones? Him and Xavier Woods were in the locker room, and Xavier told Kofi, he was like, "Hey, I think I don't know about this Odyssey Jones."
He's like,
and Kofi's like, "You remember how people were making fun of us?"
And I remember that. I remember when the New Day started, and nobody liked them.
Yeah,
they had to earn it.
And they did.
They did. They became one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
3, 2, 1. Number 8 is Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Oh, Kevin Owens.
You know, I just feel like he wouldn't take any crap from anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Next we are at number 7. Number 7. I got mine. I feel like life could be dream if this guy was number 7.
Life could be
3, 2, 1. R-Truth.
Joe Hendry.
R-Truth. Oh, Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry. I feel like we just have a concert every day of the week, which I am fine with that.
Okay.
Could you imagine just like a
Joe
State
Hendry
of the Union address, but he's just jamming out the whole time? I think we all could get behind that.
It'd be funny if he would just like show up to random like presidential campaigns just because his name was mentioned.
Yeah, someone just says it one time by accident, and he just shows up.
My rival my rival opponent.
Other than Joe Hendry. You already said it. You said his name.
You said it.
You said his name.
You said it.
He turns around.
All right, number 6.
Who was your number 7? You had
I had
R-Truth.
R-Truth.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
When I
feel like that answer was very self-explanatory.
This world would be a much better place.
I would be happy 24/7 because I'm already am.
Yeah.
But I would be happy 25/7.
I agree.
It's not possible.
25/7.
But R-Truth will make it possible.
He'd make it possible.
He would make it possible.
Number 6.
Number 6. Let me think.
Think legends. Could be anybody. Current. Maybe somehow you see in the future and you know somebody we don't know.
3, 2, 1. Kurt Angle!
The Miz!
Kurt Angle! The Miz, that's a good one.
Yeah, Kurt Angle, who won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
You couldn't say it any better. I love Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle is amazing.
He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. The Miz, man, I just think he would. He'd almost be like a Donald Trump almost a little bit.
Yeah.
In the fact that he'll just kind of say whatever he wants to say.
Yeah.
Even if he comes off as a little egotistical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, number 5, right?
Number 5.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Chad Gable.
Now, the reason I didn't put Stone Cold at 1 is because I don't know if he would do a good job at it.
I don't know. Chad Gable, like we said, you know
what? Never mind. He would do a great job.
He'd do a fantastic job.
Great job.
Chad Gable, again, would push everybody to the limits.
Yep. You said it before.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, I mean, everybody knows. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Again, wouldn't take any crap from
every
anybody.
time he addresses a bill that he signs, he'll be like, "That's the bottom line."
That's the bottom line.
Number 4.
And if anybody's trying to argue with him, just be like, "What?
What?
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 What? What?"
Number 4, I got mine. Because this one is because I would just love singing his song. Number 4, Seth Rollins for me.
I got The Rock.
I would just love sitting on my TV screen watching him give a speech or something and be like, "Whoa!" You know, like the entire crowd. Just, whoa.
He's at the White House giving a big press conference and everybody's just singing.
Yeah.
He'd be best dressed. He'd be the best dressed president of all time.
Definitely. He's not going to be boring and just wear suits all the time.
Nah.
Number 3.
The Rock, obviously.
It's self-explanatory.
He's the people's champion.
Yep. Number 3. Number 3 for me is also.
I had
The
number
Rock.
3 was also Seth Rollins.
It's explanatory. But
Yeah.
both of these.
Yeah. He knows. If any other president or anybody tried to talk smack to him, The Rock could hold his own.
Yep.
He doesn't need anybody to write speeches for him.
Number 2, I went with. Oh wait, I'll give you time.
Hold on.
You gave me a lot of time. 3, 2, 1. Cody Rhodes.
R-Truth.
I said Cody Rhodes.
The American Nightmare.
American is in his name. Maybe I should have done
You heard
Dusty
it.
Rhodes.
You heard it.
I should have done Dusty.
You heard it.
Dusty is in my honorable mentions.
He's the American Nightmare.
Dusty Rhodes is in my honorable.
You think Cody Rhodes would do a good job?
I say so. I mean, he definitely dresses like it, and he's definitely for the people.
He dresses in a suit when it's professional time, and then he dresses in ring gear when it's time to get business.
There we go. Now, does that mean that he's going to get in his ring gear during the wars or whatever and fight with them?
He might.
There we go. All right, number 1, the one you've all been waiting for. 3, 2, 1. I said John.
I said
Cena.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I thought we were both going to have the same answer there. I thought so.
The thing is, the issue with John Cena is just we wouldn't hardly be able to see him. He'd never be there.
You're saying he would never be present?
Yeah, we couldn't see. We could never see him. Nobody would know where he's at. Stone Cold, you just gotta listen and you'll find where he's at. Texas Rattlesnake.
But here's the thing, though. Every time Stone Cold enters his office, he has to throw a bottle or something on the floor so he can make his entrance in there.
Whoa.
So that's a lot of glass being wasted there.
He has a cool theme song, though. Could you imagine
I do.
Every time there's a speech and President Austin makes his entrance, is his
Have I told you about the time I was at my house and every single time I walked into a room, I would play that song as my entrance to that room?
It's Austin. It's Austin. He's here. He's here.
My mom would just be looking at me like,
oh my God.
What happened to my son? And Dalen would be dying. He would think it's hilarious. But anyways.
Good top 10.
Good top 10.
Let us know your top 10. Top 10.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of honorable mentions we could have had there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would love to see The Undertaker as president.
Ooh.
Except that it would be a little too scary for some people.
For some people. Dead man walking.
Maybe Kane with his corporate outfit.
Yeah. Triple H.
Triple H.
He's the Game.
The Game himself. Shawn Michaels.
Ooh, Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
Yep. LA Knight.
Ooh, L.A. Knight. Yeah.
I mean, everyone would vote for him just because of that chant.
Yeah.
I feel like
imagine every time he ends an address, it's with L.A. Knight.
Why can't presidents just have fun with it?
Yeah, just be careful. Just have fun being the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
If only the job wasn't as stressful as it is.
If only we had people that are younger as president.
No need to get into politics right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about anyone specific. All of our candidates are pretty old.
Everybody's freaking old.
Anyways.
Good episode today.
We are going to talk about another segment.
What's our next segment?
A segment that's an original. Some might like it. We're going to go through our matches.
Whoa.
The match reviews. Now, Of course, we didn't let y'all know what this match review would be, and so that means that we didn't really have one.
Yeah.
I will be saying what our next match, what our match review will be for next week.
Yeah.
And I thought, we've always keep doing 3 matches, and I feel like we need a little shakeup.
Okay.
How about we have one really long match?
Gosh.
Royal Rumble of 2020.
Ooh.
The Royal Rumble of 2020.
Right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we just sticking with... You want to do men and women?
We
Give
can
a little
do
bit of both?
Men and women just so.
Yeah, we can fill up a little time. Let's do men and women.
Royal
Rumble 2020.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
All right. Watch it. Both.
Both of them.
Peacock. Go on YouTube and find it.
Both of them.
Pirate it if you have to. You didn't hear that from me, though. You didn't hear that from me. All right, get us out of here, Caysen.
Oh, you said something? Oh. Okay. That is our episode. Once again, thank you, all of you, if you are listening to the entire podcast. Thank you if you're listening to our shorts. Thank you if you're on Instagram. Thank you. X, thank you. Whatever.
TikTok, thank you.
Spotify, thank you.
Thank you. Apple Podcast, thank you. And you lovely people here on YouTube, thank you.
Yep. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already.
Share.
Share.
Again, like Caysen said, close your eyes. First person you think of, share this with them.
Yeah.
Send it.
Send it to them.
If it's the cute girl down the street, send it. If it's your bully.
You both can bond over WWE.
Yep.
And then while you're bonding over WWE, you're like, hey, I have an idea. Let's watch a podcast about WWE. There we go.
There you go.
But yeah, we appreciate it. We thank you. We love y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and sign us out.
Sign us out, baby.
You ready?
Get us out of here.
Magic Tyler, Caysen Smith. We will see you next time.